Last month I gave you a brief introduction into the Stoneroach clothing range. This month we're here to find out the full story. Here with Phil. So Phil, how long has it been going and why did you start it?
We've been going about 3 years now, since 2008. It was started as a bit of a whim. Me and my mate were out carping and we literally sat under a tree, and I was about to get proper into carping, and it's like I wanted to get some kit along with all the new gear, but there was nothing I really fancied, you know. It was just pretty boring stuff. It was all pretty much the same. So I was joking with my mate Nick, and I said, I'll knock out my own hoodies, you know. I'll do some pictures, etc. Anyway, I never really thought more about it, but lo and behold, after the session, I went home and I started twinkling about, you know, like with images and stuff, and that's pretty much how it got started.
What the Stoneroach offer that, you know, isn't already out there?
Well, I think, to be honest, a lot of the stuff out there, you know, it's good stuff, but I think that for me personally, and I can only speak from my perspective, so I pretty much do the kit that I would wear myself.
Yep.
I think sometimes I'm just advertising someone else's kit. It's not clothing in its own right. I think when you look at some of the grooviest things like skating, boarding, snowboarding, you know, whatever, they've got their own trend, they've got their own identity, you know. And I don't feel as though, you know, carping's got that yet. So it was basically to give them a brand, clothing that was dedicated for carpers, you know. And a lot of the kit as well, it's basically like, say for example, the hoodies. We wanted to put features in that serve a purpose.
You know, I spoke to you about it a bit in the past, of course, and you know, one of the main things you state is that all the materials are, you know, the best quality you can source.
Oh yeah, it was a case of, right, we've got to do it, let's do it seriously. Let's do it in this country and use the best possible kind of materials that we can get our hands on. So such features as just as like the drawstring, you know, that's specially made for us. We wanted to jazz it up a bit, make it very personal. More to the point, it's functional because it won't break, it won't fray, it won't get wrecked. It's almost weatherproof. And the same with the t-shirt. A lot of the t-shirts, when it comes down to the actual weight, because that's how you do garments, it's weight. Originally we did 100% cotton, but now we did it with 10% polyester, just as the lining for the brush. I'll just show you, give you an example. If you can see where it's white, that's basically what your body starts the initial heat process.
Right.
And that's why we put the polyester in. Make it the best it can be. And then on top of that, you've got 90% cotton, which is why it's so heavy and why the dye will take so long to fade.
Right, well, I mean, obviously, you know, the gear gets abused, doesn't it, with us fishermen out in the weather,
yeah,
getting covered in spod mix and everything else. So, yeah, to see what needs to be best quality. Right, you talked about some of the unique features, but obviously you missed out my favourite one, which is this hood and the lining of the hood. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, most of the things we didn't do just for flash or bling. They do serve a purpose. The reason that the neck baffle came around is because I used to wear like a neck warmer and I was always forgetting it. So in the end, I just incorporated it in, and it took a long time to get right because you don't want it tight against your neck, you know, when you're trying to chill in your bivvy and you're just trying to get your head down. But you want it loose enough so it actually fits over most people's heads, etc. So it took a long time to get it right, but like I say, it was a year in development. We got that right, and it's fantastic because I've noticed that people, once they wear it, going back to a normal hoodie, they feel, you know, like a bit,
you feel naked.
Yeah, feel naked. Yeah. The camo again, yeah, it looks great, serves a purpose because this is cotton. When you're actually lying down, like in the summer, and you've got your hood against your face, it'll sweat because you're producing so much heat. It comes through your pores, it goes onto the knit. It's irritating the next day, and I've had it happen. I've actually woke up with like one side of my face was like a steak, you know. It's just unbelievable, and it's uncomfortable. And also with your bristles, you know, and your beard and stuff,
definitely,
it tends to fluff it all up and look a mess, you know, fade it and abuse it. Whereas like this stuff here, cotton, it's a lot more durable,
a lot more robust, and it feels nice against your skin. Obviously, I've been using this for the last month or so, and there's something, you know, there's a not really nice feel about it. So,
yeah, it is. It's cool, isn't it? On a hot day when you put your hood up, it actually is cool against your skin.
And that was another thing. Sorry, mate, because the actual shape of the hood.
Yeah, I have to say this again took time. I mean, to be honest, people think, oh, get out of it. I'm telling you, it works. It works. When you are there and you've got your shades on and you're over the pond and you're looking for the fish, you just have a face full of material, where it's like with our hood, you pull it tight to the back of your head, and it's got a real curve. Like, see how that arcs?
Yep.
It goes almost like from horizontal straight down to vertical. It's a hell of a curve. Fits on the back of your head, and it'll follow it. So whenever you turn your head, in fact, it's easier to show you. If I put that there now, where it's like most of us, or I can pull it right down when I want to get in my bivvy.
Or just get the sun out your eyes if you're sitting there.
Get the sun out my eyes, whatever. So we have an oversized hood, which we call its nickname the monk hood. So basically, it does what a hood should do. Only, you know, because some we used to put on and it's like that. And you just think, oh my God, you know, I don't need anything to make me look worse, you know. But that, and then we've got stuff like the t-shirt. So the weight of this actual t-shirt is 190,
which is
proper thick. In fact, to be honest, I mean, a hoodie is classified. A rugby shirt is something like 220. To give you an idea of how thick it is.
Yeah.
But it's not so encompassing where it limits it, you know, limits you, etc. It makes a nice complement to the Mohawk or the Low Pro. The great thing is, which I want to mention, is the Low Pro is actually the same material as the Mohawk.
Yep.
The Mohawk just has more features.
Just hasn't got the unique features, right?
And talking of features, what we did is I put a pocket on the t-shirt here. I can put a phone in it. It'll hold a BlackBerry, it'll hold a smartphone without, you know, getting so floppy it'll fall out.
And a little Velcro bit there to keep it in place.
Yeah, everything. And this is double stitched as well, which we have got all our garments are double stitched. So on the sleeve, for example, we've got the thumb hole, and this was important to me. In the winter, when I was like sleeping in the bag, and I'd take my hoodie off, or even the summer, and I'd turn around in my bag, my sleeve would ride up, and it creates a cold pocket, which can actually wake you up, and did, and does if I'm not wearing it. The other reason being is that when you're putting your other hoodies on, your other garments on, you can push your arm to the end. But more importantly for me, it's like when I come out in the rain, out my bivvy, and I answer my rods, I can put my thumb through it, and it keeps me warm. It keeps the heat in, and if I'm spodding, it keeps the garment to the end of my wrists, as opposed to riding up.
Yeah, well, I said before, you know, I'm a big fan of long sleeve t-shirts. They're just really comfortable, aren't they? And like I say, perfect addition under a hoodie. Just remembered another little feature that we missed out on the old hoodie, on the Mohawk. The pocket within the pocket.
Oh yeah, the phone pocket. Again, I know it sounds like a line, but it's absolutely true. The amount of times I've answered my rods, or I was setting my rods, or I was baiting up, and my phone fell out, and then one day I actually lost it. I lost it in the water. Why didn't they already do it? Why wasn't it already there?
Yeah, that's right.
So basically, we just answered it, you know. And I'll tell you what, it's absolutely fantastic because we actually make it with the actual cotton lining. It's quite stiff. It gives it like a backbone, so it doesn't get distorted or anything. And again, just to be absolutely certain, we put a clasp over it as well. That phone is going nowhere. The great thing is as well, we've actually got a buttonhole in the garment where you can put your headphones through, because it's all great kit. And the way that we looked at it is that everything's expensive, etc. So why just use your carping gear just for carping? Why not use it when you're with jeans, or you're out, or you're socialising, whatever? I've had a lot of people actually say that they use it all the time for fishing and not for fishing as well, which was really great, because when we did the Big One show, I actually put it on Quinn, the mannequin, and I put jeans on him as opposed to our fishing trousers, just to sort of demo it looks good with anything, you know, especially with the blue as well. You get away with it.
Definitely. All right, mate, and well, last but not least, got a nice little beanie.
Yeah, the beanie. Yeah, it's all part of the uniform, isn't it? This one is the slouch beanie, so it's overextended. And the good news is next year we're going to, if not later this year, we're trying to push for it, but we're going to do it all in black. So everything that we got,
it's a good idea.
Exactly the same in black. But we're also bringing out a new t-shirt, which is coming out at the end of this month. And then later on in the year, we've got trousers coming out. And then October time, we're hoping to bring out a waterproof jacket, like it's actually a shower-proof jacket.
Awesome.
All good things.
Well, I've got to say, mate, it's been nice to get the full lowdown, and I expect lots of stuff to come from Stoneroach in the future.
Yeah,
good
absolutely.
Man. Nice
Thank you.
Phil. Cheers.
No problem.